Apple's upcoming iPhone 17e just surfaced, and not the way Apple intended. This wasn't a keynote slip or a supply chain leak. The evidence came straight from Apple's own internal system files. Deep inside kernel debug code, the kind of technical data never meant to be public, references to a new iPhone model quietly appeared. And what those files reveal tells us a lot about Apple's evolving strategy for its E-series iPhones. Apple's modem push, with a catch. According to the leaked references, the iPhone 17e will ship with Apple's C1X cellular modem, an updated version of the in-house modem first introduced last year. On the surface, that's progress. Apple continues distancing itself from Qualcomm, tightening control over efficiency and long-term costs. But there's a catch. The 17e appears to skip Apple's N1 wireless chipset, which likely means no thread networking support. For most users, that won't matter today, but for smart home users and future Apple Home expansion, it's a quiet downgrade. This is classic Apple segmentation. The full ecosystem experience stays exclusive to higher-tier iPhones. MagSafe is finally back. One major correction stands out. The iPhone 17e is expected to support magnetic wireless charging, strongly signaling the return of MagSafe. This fixes one of the most criticized decisions of the iPhone 16e. MagSafe brings back compatibility with Apple's entire accessory ecosystem, wallets, chargers, stands, battery packs, and instantly makes the 17e feel less like a compromised experiment. Sometimes fixing a mistake matters more than adding a new feature. Display changes, more subtle than they sound. Early reports mention an OLED panel based on older designs, but the reality is more nuanced. Apple is already mass-producing slim bezel OLED displays for current models, and reusing that panel makes sense from a cost and manufacturing perspective. That also means one thing: the notch is almost certainly gone. If Apple reuses its existing display tooling, the iPhone 17e would inherit the dynamic island by default, instantly modernizing the phone and removing the cheap iPhone stigma. Still segmented, by design. Don't expect Apple to blur its product tiers. The 17e will keep slightly thicker bezels, familiar proportions, and yes, a 60Hz display. In 2026, that still stings, but it protects the gap between the E-series and flagship models. This isn't an oversight, it's strategy. A19 chip, the right choice. One smart move stands out. The iPhone 17e is expected to ship with the A19 chip, matching the standard iPhone 17. That matters more than almost any cosmetic upgrade. New silicon means longer software support, better efficiency, and stronger performance over time. It positions the 17e as a phone that ages well, not one that feels outdated in 2 years. Camera. Simple, but smart. Up front, the 17e should get an 18-megapixel selfie camera, improving video calls, selfies, and landscape shooting. On the back, Apple sticks with a single 48-megapixel camera. No ultrawide, no telephoto, and honestly, that's fine. Apple's image processing often makes one good sensor outperform multiple average ones, and for the 17e's audience, consistency matters more than camera count. A spring launch changes everything. Leaks suggest Apple will launch the iPhone 17e in spring, not September. That timing matters. It removes direct comparison pressure with flagship iPhones and positions the 17e as a logical, practical upgrade, not a compromised alternative. Final thoughts. The iPhone 17e isn't trying to be exciting. It's trying to make sense. MagSafe returns. The display modernizes. Performance stays current. And Apple carefully preserves its product hierarchy. This isn't a bold reinvention, it's a calculated refinement. And for the E-series, that might finally be exactly what it needs.